So it is day, I want to say 3. Basically, I'm kind of on my own now, so I am having to do quite a lot. Luckily, I've got my missus helping me. She probably isn't going to want to be on camera, so got to try and avoid that. But I've got to move all of this stuff. So this is all the stuff that's, I guess, you know, your typical current generation stuff. So we are talking Z490, we're talking B550. There is some older stuff as well, like B450, some Z390 as well. Graphics card wise, we're talking everything current gen from Nvidia and AMD across a variety of different brands. So we've got Asus, we've got MSI and so forth. What I need to do is take everything off this shelf, take it all to the office, and then we can actually look to take this shelving unit as well as all the shelving units that you already saw at the shipping container that I was renting out. So once I've got that in there, it's in a process, and I hate this, of taking all them products and putting them back on the shelves. So yeah, let's get to it. So here we are, back in the office, and things are looking a little bit chaotic, purely because I've kind of tried to divide things up. So you saw in the other videos that we have kind of our water cooling stuff here. I've ended up putting more water cooling stuff here. We've got AIOs, air coolers, motherboards, what I'm going to call chassis mounting at the moment. I might even make something, you know, quite fun out of it, like an armchair or a sofa. Graphics cards, and probably one of the most just frankly stupid things is this, which is 2 massive rolls of bubble wrap. Basically, for anyone who doesn't know, we have started selling eTeknix merchandise. So we've got the likes of the eTeknix like thermos mugs with the branding and everything on there, which looks really, really cool. The problem is, obviously, shipping things like this, you want to make sure that it's going to arrive in one piece. So I ended up ordering all the flat pack kind of boxes and things like that, but to keep it protected, you need bubble wrap. Now, the problem there lies within the company that I ordered the bubble wrap from. I ordered one of, and it was a certain size and it was compacted. Well, they were out of stock of that, so they gave me the choice of, how would you like 2? They're ever so slightly bigger. Well, they kind of lied, they're huge. So now I've got 2 massive pieces of bubble wrap. You can also see that we have got all of the shelving units over here. So in one of the shelving units, it has got drawers, but I am debating actually taking that drawer out just purely so we can use it more for kind of storage of products. So we've got 4 of them, which, as I did mention in the previous video, they're going to be kind of scattered around over in that corner, just really to kind of make like a bit of a set and close it in a little bit, which will help with things like reverb. Now, the interesting thing with the reverb is, anyone who watched our first video when we was in here, you probably could hear it, but it's actually, well, it sounds like it's completely gone, which is really, really nice. So the things that we brought over yesterday, as well as sort of today, mainly consist of motherboards and graphics cards. So pretty much everything on the latest platform. So we've got X399, we've got H470, we've got a couple of graphics cards, 2080, 5600 XT, X570, there's some B550 at the back, with the Tomahawk, which is probably going to be the best-selling B550 motherboard out there, purely because of the features and what you actually get for the price. Then over here is where we kind of, you know, have all of our graphics cards. So we've got the older generation stuff, the new generation stuff, 2080 Ti, 5500 XT, 2080, from a variety of different brands. So yeah, the other kind of key thing that I really do want to sort of express what we're going to do here, one of the real big kind of reasons why we wanted to move into an office space was lighting. And this is where things really get interesting. So if I move the graphics card, let me know if you remember what video this is from, because it was quite a fun one to make. But we have some stuff from Corsair and Elgato. So we've got the IQ LS100, which we might end up putting behind a desk so that you can kind of, you know, get some nice, so we can get some nice B-roll shots with the RGB in the background, that kind of stuff. But we have plenty, and I mean plenty, of Elgato stuff. So we've got the weighted bases, we've got the multi-mounts, we've got the multi-mount flex arm kits, just so we can kind of, you know, position the lighting where we want. Key light air. Now, I'm not actually sure whether I'm going to use this, because I already have 2 key lights in the existing studio in my home, and then we've got 2 full-size key lights here. So that'll be 4. So what I'm actually thinking is 1 in one corner, 1 in the other, 1 at the back corner, and 1 in another back corner. So where would we put the key light air? The only kind of real thing I could think of is maybe mounting it on the ceiling just above where I'm going to be standing. If I don't end up doing that, well, this is probably going to end up going in my, what's going to be my home office / man cave. So when I do streaming and things like that, that's going to be perfect. So yeah, thanks to Elgato and Corsair for kind of sending out all this stuff, because it's definitely going to help with kind of, I guess, the production quality of what we're hoping and planning to do, and just trying to get better shots and things like that. We get comments all the time about our production quality, and even though, you know, we appreciate the fact that it is very, very good, we're always striving to make it even better, especially, you know, to give you guys just something a little bit nicer to look at. So yeah, what we need to do now really is move these shelf kind of units into place, put the actual shelves on there as well, and then start moving all the products onto the shelves. So yeah, wish me luck. It's the next day and we've actually done quite a lot. So let's talk about exactly what we've done. So we've basically now got everything over from the shipping container. There's still actually a lot in the home office, but I've tried to get the shelves all ready and as organized as I physically can. So we've tried to kind of split it into sections and then split it into models. So we've got graphics cards leading on to power supplies, and you can see they're in some kind of an order, with the last generation moving on to kind of the low end of the next generation, all the way up to the high end on 2080 Ti, and then AMD and so forth. Power supply wise, again, tried to be a little bit organized in terms of the brand, so I know which brand is sort of here, there and everywhere. Then we move over to coolers. This one, well, I haven't actually done everything that I want to do with it. It's still, I reckon I could play Tetris a little bit better with it, and then it just starts getting into a bit of a organised chaos down here. But mainly it's AIOs. There are a couple of air coolers here from Notcher and Be Quiet, but mainly you're talking AIOs. Moving on to kind of more extreme levels is all of the water cooling and custom loop stuff. So as you know, we've got plenty of pastel stuff from Mayhems, we've got some of the pure stuff, Thermaltake, Alpha Cool, and then actually into kind of, you know, separate brands of radiators and blocks and things like that. So we've got the Thermaltake stuff, the Alpha Cool, Bits Power, Corsair. We have got a little bit of EK down here as well. There's more EK stuff again at the home studio that needs to be brought over. These are quite cool. These are all my fittings and fixtures, other bits and bobs for doing custom loops, such as all the tools and things like that. And then we've got kind of the shelf of motherboards, again ranging everything from Z390 upwards. I mean, we have got a Z370 and an X470 there, but for the most part it's all the current stuff. Then on the top, you can see that we've got a few bits and bobs up there. So a Corsair case, we've got some monitors, purely because they take up a lot of room, and we actually have more height in this studio now compared to our old one. In the old one I could physically touch the ceiling by going like this, but there's just that little bit extra room. And we needed somewhere to put this because the rest of the studio is actually, well, it's a mess. So same sort of thing up here. Whenever AMD sends stuff over, they all send it in nice little packaging. This was the Corsair Pelican case for the Hydro X series stuff. 1080p monitor, another monitor. And yeah, we got the desk built as well. Admittedly, this desk is completely mullered, completely munted. It's dented, it's got things in it, but it's still very, very functional. It still goes up and down, which is perfect when we are doing builds and want to do some fancy camera work and stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of where that is. We have also brought over one desk because I managed to get hold of a van, and that's sitting in the background. So we have got that extra desk there. I just need to get the legs for it so we can put it up. These boxes can go underneath, and then we can start putting some stuff on there, just so the background doesn't look, you know, completely bare and boring when we are doing our videos. So now comes the part of the studio that's probably not as glamorous as the set. The set was always going to be the primary thing that we wanted to get right. We wanted to eliminate any noise, and if you ever watched our first video vlog that we did, you could hear quite a lot of echo, whereas now it's pretty much gone. And well, a lot of it comes down to this. We have a huge mess, including a massive amount of bubble wrap, one there, one here. We have to keep hold of boxes, which is really frustrating because if we ever need to send items back, need to rotate items to other media outlets and things like that, there's always a problem with we haven't got a box big enough. So I always keep hold of quite a lot of boxes. This is all kind of flat pack boxes for all the merchandise. We've got eTeknix merchandise down there. Go and check that out, store.eteknix.com. All the jiffy bags and everything for it, and then just a wall of stuff. And I do need to organise through it. There's cases, there's power supplies, there's AIOs, there's kind of all sorts really. And it's just a matter of sorting through what do we need to get rid of, what could we potentially give away, that kind of thing. We've got the editing rig here as well. I'll explain through all that in probably another video. But for the most part, we're done. I mean, even the camera is here. We do still have all of this Elgato stuff here, which is probably going to be our next task, is getting the lighting right in here, because there is ceiling lights, but they're not exactly great. We don't want to open up the windows because of continuity and things like that. It's easier for us to be able to control the lighting as opposed to using daylight. So yeah, we still need to do all that. So we've got some key lights, we've got some normal lights, we've got the air conditioner, but I'm a little bit disappointed in it because, well, I say disappointed, it's 9 years old. It served me very, very well, but it's not getting as cold as what it used to. So maybe we'll do a little video where I strip it apart and try and, I don't know, become an air conditioner engineer, which I'm definitely not. It will probably all go wrong and probably be the most stupid video ever, but if I can get it even 1 or 2 degrees cooler than what it is, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. See you in the next one. Bye bye.